Season 3 begins today in our Madden 25 franchise mode. And in our opening night action, the first game of the NFL season, we go against the defending Super Bowl champion New York Giants. 2 first overall pick quarterbacks, the only 2 taken so far in this franchise, facing off against one another. Glenn Davis won his Super Bowl in his year 3. Could we see the same from Donald Richardson? Excuse me, we're in year 4 here. I think I mentioned we're starting year 3 earlier. What can the fans expect from our offense this season? I think the answer here is going to be leaning on our playmakers. We've got some high-level playmakers, I think, in our offense at this point. Matt Driver, we've got David Njoku, and of course our big-time acquisition at the running back position. But we're going to say that our top 2 receivers are each going to have 75 catches. I think Judy and Driver both reaching 75 could be something we easily accomplish here. Once again, another preseason storyline on our docket. What area of our team is the strongest? Now, contrary to their wild card performance, I still think our defense carries this team. The last time we saw them left a bad taste in our mouth. Well, we can't let that influence this. And I think we're going to go with the same answer that we did last season, I believe. Or no, actually, I changed it up. I forgot I had done that. We're going to go with passing attack instead of rushing attack this time. And we're going to go ahead and lean on Donald Richardson, say that we need consistent play out of him this time around. 35 passing touchdowns or 4,000 yards. We're going to go with 4K yards here. I don't want to be held to maybe a bunch of red zone rushing touchdowns, not helping him get that goal here. Time to kick off the season here. We're in the middle of camp and we got some roster questions. Now, this usually gives you a boost to a player, so let's see who we can get a boost to here. Wyatt Teller, are you kidding me? That's like the one guy on our team, or at least on our offense, that's old at this point. Well, wish we were getting this boost to a more long-term player here, but I think pass block finesse and upgrade there could be beneficial for Wyatt Teller. They choose the 32 or 33-year-old player. But hey, work ethic, right? One of our biggest storylines, I guess, from the preseason is who was going to win that wide receiver 3 job. And now I did watch these preseason games, and I'm just going to show you one clip that shows why a guy like DeMarcus Meredith ends up winning the job here. He had 3 touchdowns in the preseason. I think between him and Ricky Pearsall, he had the best performance here, and that's including the rookie as well. Just out of all the 3 guys in the running for wide receiver 3, he impressed me the most in the preseason game, and so he will start the season as our wide receiver 3. And now let's get to some upgrades here before we kick the season off. Ben Folds already with 2 upgrades before even week 1. One from training camp and then one just from the preseason XP. So we'll take that for sure. We also got a couple for Preston Baker. Back with us as our punter for, is it his 2nd or 3rd season? I forget exactly. Solid punter. Gets some good upgrades there for the squad. Next up is the rookie, Pete Starkey. Hoping for some good things from him. An extremely athletic tight end. Plus 4 short route running. That's what I was talking about. Not being super worried with his C short route running coming out of the draft. He gets plus 5 before we even get to week 1. That's some really nice upgrades there. Also, as you saw, that second upgrade got a plus 3 to his medium route, which is really, really nice. Now we're kind of getting into the weeds here, but let's go to backup safety. position we tried in free agency to make sure we're a little bit deeper at this season so it doesn't come back to haunt us with just one injury. Now that we got the players with 2 upgrades out of the way, we can get back to some fun players. Matt Driver, going to go with a playmaker upgrade here, and he gets a bunch of upgrades, plus 2 deep route, and gets some awareness, which is kind of meh, but still a solid upgrade here. Donald Richardson will play up now to an 88 overall, heading into his 3rd season, plus 2 throw on the run, his biggest upgrade this time around. Ernie McFerrin, hopefully he still gets some decent amount of snaps, have him at that power back as well as the number 2 running back spots. Going to try to get a little bit of every running back involved, all 3 of them, but obviously Jahmyr Gibbs is going to handle the main workload here. Jeremy Whalen, exciting 99 kick power kicker, gets an upgrade there as well. Jeff Beverly ends up being one of the guys that was kind of on the borderline that will keep his job for another year. Solid pass blocker at the very least, which I feel like is enough for him to start another year. Xavier Underwood, I know a lot of you are excited to see him play at 377 pounds. We're going to keep his scheme fit here, although we definitely want to keep those power moves upgraded, and I think that's about it for the manual upgrades. Everybody else will let upgrade themselves. So, we get to see Glenn Davis, the very first player ever drafted here in the franchise, take the field first on Thursday night of Week 1. Football fans around the country have been waiting a long time now for football to be back. So let's put a good show out on the field. This one nearly intercepted. Instead, it's a 20-yard gain on Gabe Davis's first pass of the night. Crossing routes here, broken tackle. Moves the chains once more for the Giants. Getting their tight ends involved here early. One of them's an X factor, as you see, in motion on this play. And he gets the ball inside the red zone already. Catch number 2 on the day. Malik Neighbors in motion on 2nd and 9. He motions into a screen. One-handed catch. Gets excellent blocking downfield. And scores the touchdown on the opening night drive. Passing game for New York looking very sharp. Cleveland takes the field for the first time, has a quick 3rd and 2. Jahmyr Gibbs nearly stopped for a loss, but already showing his playmaking talent on his first carry as a Cleveland Brown. 2nd and 4. To Anthony Davidson now. Once again, I'm going to try to get all these running backs some run, but his first carry of the season is not a good one. 3rd and 7. Richardson finds Njoku short of the sticks, but he makes a guy miss. Broken tackle. And our superstar playmakers, kind of like I said in the preseason, we're going to be leaning on them as they both make something happen to move the chains here on this drive. 2nd and 1, and we're right back to Jerry Jeudy here for another first down. Now, borderline in the red zone. Gibbs with the carry from the 16, gets it down to the 5. They'll call it the 6, but 4 rushes, 24 yards. Gets stymied a couple times here near the goal line, and he gets stymied one more time. Dexter Lawrence making things happen, and now he has his X Factor activated. For 4th and goal, we're going to go. Normally, I'd approve of this, but when Lawrence has his X Factor activated, it makes me nervous, and we do not get it. Richardson tried to get there with his legs, but we are denied. We get all the way down to the 2, and we cannot score any points on our opening drive of the season. Gabe Davis has time, and he has a man for another first down. Had all the time in the world, could have scanned his targets twice over. 3rd and 2. I have a chance to get off the field, but is hauled in traffic. for a first down. A man shaken up there on the New York sideline. Davis to Neighbors into Cleveland territory. Already over 100 yards passing for Glenn Davis. This isn't looking any better than that Kansas City wild card game until right then. Gibson gets the sack, but the fun is spoiled by a Dafe Owe injury. 3rd and 16. Back to the screen game. They got a touchdown on one earlier in this game, but here they'll be stopped short of the sticks. Defense gets a stop in their second drive. Richardson finds Njoku for a first down. Looked like he had driver short of the sticks as well, but he stayed patient and found the man downfield. On 1st and 10, the give is to Gibbs, who's rushed really well everywhere except for inside the 5-yard line in this game. Richardson to Judy on the in-breaker. Back into Giants territory here, so the offense is moving the ball, but we got to get points on the board this time, and another good run by Jahmyr Gibbs. Already seeing, I feel like, a difference in the run game, again, except for those runs inside the 5. Now Richardson pulls it on 2nd and 5. He gets an explosive gain on the ground, getting the Browns into the red zone once more. 3rd and 1 from the 6. Richardson instantly tries to take off. He didn't even give that play a chance. And he is sacked. Cleveland will settle for a chip shot field goal here. Feels like our offense is playing way too well to have only 3 points on the board right now. We've kind of crumbled once we've gotten into the red zone. Moving the chains there on 2nd down are the Giants. Once again in Cleveland territory. Both offenses moving the ball a little bit too easy here. Myles Garrett with his first sack of the new season. He's been really up and down in the series in his previous 3 seasons since we've taken over as GM. He has a couple of single sack seasons, with that one in the middle where he had 20-plus sacks. Hoping to replicate that this time around, and it's batted away at the line. Myles Garrett again. Pretty much single-handedly ends that drive. Cleveland now with a chance to take the lead, and taking off is Donald Richardson. Moving the chains. From midfield, Richardson has plenty of time. A flag out on the play and a diving catch by Anthony Davidson. Not a play you're used to seeing a running back make. From the 26, Richardson finds Judy. Another first down, and we're down to a minute left here. Make that 30 seconds on 2nd and 10. Richardson finds Matt Driver. He has him inside the 5 to the 3. Cleveland calls timeout. 1st and goal. Give to Gibbs, and he scores a touchdown. The first touchdown of the season is courtesy of our newest member, superstar running back Jahmyr Gibbs. After struggling with his carries inside the 5-yard line in the first quarter, he makes the most of it there. Giants still have some time to score here, but you'd like the defense to be able to make a stop. But unfortunately, New York, with another solid completion like they get here, could get into at least long field goal territory. This sets them up for a 60-yard attempt, and it is good. What a kick to make it all tied up at halftime, and now Cleveland trots out to start the 3rd quarter. Richardson over the middle finds Njoku here to kick off the second half. Seems like the offenses have played better than a 10-10 ball game so far, but sometimes that's just how it goes. Excellent scramble there by Donald Richardson. From the 35, he finds Meredith, DeMarcus Meredith, on the reception here, and it's right back to him. This time into the red zone. Under center. Play action, clean pocket, and Meredith 3 catches in a row. And his 3rd goes for a touchdown. That's the kind of stuff we saw from DeMarcus in the preseason. It earned him his playing time, and now he shows you why. Wide open there for the touchdown. Blitz by Cleveland here, and they'll swallow the running back for a loss of 1. Adafeowe checks back into the game after being injured earlier. Makes the play there. 2nd and 11. It's a big-time completion into Cleveland territory again, and Adafeowe is injured for the 2nd time today. Glenn Davis has a ton of time to throw, but eventually it runs out. You can't hold on to the ball forever, and Gibson gets his 2nd sack of the ball game. 2nd and 21. Davis pressured and throws a dime down the right sideline for the touchdown. It's Tank Bigsby running by Ben Folds for the touchdown. What a throw in the face of pressure by Glenn Davis, showing you why his Giants won a Super Bowl last season. We're tied up again at 17 apiece. And interception by Donald Richardson, trying to find Matt Driver in a sea of bodies. And the defense comes away with a big play. The first turnover by either side here into the 3rd. 9:26 remains, and Glenn Davis finds a hole in the coverage down to the 21. Man in motion. There's a blitz coming again by Cleveland, and these run blitzes have been working for us, but JOK is roughed up. That's not a guy that you can lose here. What a throw by Glenn Davis again. This guy is wheeling and dealing. From the 3, it's a touchdown on the fullback dive. New York takes the lead, coming off a Donald Richard interception. Here, he gets hit as he throws, but he throws a perfect strike to Jerry Jeudy for the big play. Catch and run yardage gets Cleveland into New York territory. How do you not give that ball to Jahmyr Gibbs? Gibbs could have literally walked to the first down there. There was so much space. What is Donald Richardson seeing there that he keeps that ball? And then we miss the field goal. First miss of the career for Waylon, our rookie kicker. Davis being pursued by Myles Garrett. Make that 2 sacks here in the opener for him. Defense really needs to come up with a clutch stop here. 3rd and 18. It is hauled in, but well short of the sticks. Denzel Ward in coverage on the play. Cleveland gets the ball back. Deep drop for Richardson. Finds a man on the sideline, but Driver dropped it. You've got to be kidding me, Matt. You can't be dropping that kind of ball, but very next play, Jahmyr Gibbs running wide open over the middle of the field for a big play. Driver holds on to this one to move the chains. 3rd and 2 from the 24. Gibbs having to juke and just can't find anywhere to run. It's 4th down, and once again in scoring range, we just cannot get it done in the area of the field where it really matters the most. 3rd quarter clock expires prior to the field goal being snapped. And now Kevin Stefanski has changed his mind now that we're in the 4th quarter. We'll be going for it. 4th and 4. Richardson finds Njoku. Big time play by the offense there. Now 3rd and 6 at the 8-yard line. Richardson has Njoku, and he dropped it. Our 2 best pass catchers, both with drops on this drive. Don't get me wrong, that could have been a better throw by Richardson, but now it's for all the marbles. 4th and 6, touchdown, Cleveland. DeMarcus Meredith again. 2 touchdowns in week 1, and I'm feeling really good about the decision to make him wide receiver 3. Play action. Davis nearly had a man downfield, but Brian Branch was prepared with great trail coverage. 2nd and 10, and that catch and run will move the chains for New York. Fullback into the game here. They'll give to Tank Bigsby. Haven't seen much success on the ground, have these Giants today, but that's a nice gain there. Davis down the right sideline, and another just perfect throw. We are seeing some high level quarterbacking out of Glenn Davis today. He's taken some sacks, but he has thrown some absolute dimes. The defense does eventually get the stop that they need, but New York was able to put 3 more on the board to take the lead. Now on offense, Richardson takes a sack on 2nd down, making it 3rd and long. Has time here, but tries to step up in the pockets, and he steps up into back-to-back sacks here. Looking at this play, I just love it that the only play in Madden's playbook on 3rd and 10 plus is 4 verts. There's literally no other play in the book. I don't think Richardson really had anything going for him on that play. So now it's up to the defense to get the stop. 3rd and 2. Into the flat, and that guy is wide open. No one around him, and that's Xavier Worthy, by the way, wearing that Kadarius Toney 89, looking honestly really similar. And a big-time hole opens up for Tank Bigsby. Not a time for our run defense to start failing. That's one of the things that we've actually been doing right in this game. Davis to Worthy for the touchdown. New York leads by 10 with 6 minutes left. The hope for a Week 1 victory is starting to slip through our fingers, but a nice play to Matt Driver gets this drive going. 2nd and 1 now from the 45, and Njoku being pushed forward past midfield. Down to 3.5 remaining, and Njoku once again on the reception. He's been really productive today, and we're going to ask him to catch another one here. Up over 100 yards on the day on 9 receptions for David Njoku. 2nd and 12. Out of the backfield, Gibbs, touchdown! Cleveland. Scoring ahead of the 2-minute warning is very crucial. It's a 3-point game. New York's going to pass it, and they get sacked. Honestly, you deserve to get sacked if you're passing it in this scenario. They're going to pass it again and get sacked again. Honestly, these guys deserve it. Who goes back to pass on back-to-back plays in this scenario? Picked off on 3rd and 26. That's the perfect defensive possession, and now the Cleveland Browns are instantly in the red zone. What was New York thinking on that drive? They did absolutely nothing to try and waste the clock. And on 3rd and 26, Glenn Davis, who's played pretty much perfectly throughout this game, throws an unnecessarily risky pass, but the Browns will take it now. 1st and 10 from the 19, 2:02 remain. Play action into the flats. Njoku hauls it in, make that double-digit receptions. Continues to be so productive for us. No catches for the rookie so far. All the tight end catches going to Njoku, and I can't complain about it. Meredith hauls it in. We're down to the 6. Under 90 seconds remain. Richardson. Back to pass. He'll now step up and slide down at the 2. Good idea. Keep that clock running. Field goal ties it. Touchdown takes the lead here. Richardson on 2nd down. It is caught by Gibbs, but he didn't score. Down to the half-yard line for 3rd and goal. We are under 20 seconds left in this game. You got to score here. I don't want the tie. I want the win. 3rd and goal. Richardson, incomplete. 4th and goal, 10 seconds remain, tie ball game. Oh, man, that hurts. They're going to ice our guy here from the half-yard line. I mean, go ahead. The good thing about this drive is we didn't really allow New York any time to do anything with it. So it pretty much guarantees overtime, although half a yard away from a win sure is tough. 8 seconds here. You want to force them to return it because that probably leaves you only one play, but we kick it deep. That could potentially give them 2 plays if they want to take it here. Or they might just go Hail Mary right away because Madden does what Madden does. They will go with the Hail Mary. Glenn Davis loads it up deep. No way! No way you call that foul! No way you call pass interference on a Hail Mary. Come on! Madden just gifted the New York Giants this win. That's insane stuff. We don't even try to ice him. Not that I think it would have mattered anyway. The dude hit a 60-yarder earlier in this game. How? I think Madden needs to code the pass interference out of the Hail Mary. It's never, ever called, dude. And for good reason. I cannot believe that a game as fun and action-packed as this comes down to a pass interference on a 63-yard Hail Mary that was short of the end zone with 0 seconds remaining. That's just brutal. Both quarterbacks ended up playing really, really, really well. Both had one bad interception, but other than that, were awesome. You had 63 rush yards by Richardson. He had over 400 total yards today. 100 yards for Njoku. I can't believe it. After this game, man. Crazy, crazy stuff. It's a very, very tough way to lose a game. We would bounce back the next week, however, with a 30-13 victory over the Eagles. I watched this one without recording it, wanted to see my favorite team play, but we handled the Eagles pretty good here. As you can see, Jalen Hurts was a monster on the ground, but we also got 100 yards on the day for Jahmyr Gibbs on 20 carries. In terms of receiving, Jerry Jeudy led us in this game with 96 yards. Driver had 66 and a touchdown. And Meredith had his 3rd touchdown on the year. Defensively, we did a good job getting a lot of sacks in this game, really pressuring Hurts into throwing a couple of interceptions as well. Worth noting, though, JOK did get injured. He's going to miss the next 3 games, which is really unfortunate. It's a big blow to our defense. It gives Sheldon Edmonds a chance to expand his role. And as always, we'll finish off the episode by getting some upgrades done here. Let's just increase the overall for David Njoku here. He is in a contract season at the age of 32. So this might be his final season with the Cleveland Browns. Ernie McFerrin up to now at 85 overall. He's a pretty good back at this point himself, and I don't think he'd be super happy with the amount of carries he's gotten. He's still, after a couple weeks, in the single digits. So I got to find probably some formation subs that will get him on the field a little bit more, at least, than what he has been so far. Tony Stevenson will upgrade here on his scheme fit. Jeremy Whalen gets another upgrade. Has missed a field goal, but we'll forgive him. Up to 84 kick accuracy now. Anthony Davidson, he's actually gotten more action than McFerrin so far, because he still has some formations where he is substituted in for Jahmyr Gibbs, and I just got to do that for a formation or two for Ernie McFerrin to keep him involved a little bit. Otherwise, we probably just got to trade him because he's too good to be sitting on the bench at an 85 overall. Lastly here, Sean Snell, our year one starter. Seems like forever ago now. And that's going to wrap up the episode. We're just going to go with the first couple of weeks here, a little bit of a mini NFC East run to start the year. We go through it 1-1. I still can't believe the end of that Giants game, but I hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll be back here to continue year 4. And until then, go Browns.